introduce and then invite our next speaker, Mr. Mahesh Ramanujan, CEO, US Green Building Council. And in his dual roles as President and CEO of the US Green Building Council and Green Business Certification, he leads and empowers hundreds of employees across the globe and thousands of volunteers across USGBC's ever-expanding community to execute and support the vision of former USGBC and GBCI CEO Rick Fedrizzi. Prior to joining GBCI in 2009, he was COO of Images, a business technology consulting firm that leverages emerging technologies to deliver business transformation to its clients. And over a period of 11 years, he has successfully led various business transformation programs at IBM and Lenovo. Ladies and gentlemen, as I request him to address all of us, may we please have a big round of applause for him. Mr. Mahesh Ramanujan.
Good morning, everyone. I believe it's still morning. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Bala, Reggie, for organizing this event. As Mr. Mathur rightly put it, it is wonderful to be here in this wonderful auditorium to talk about smart grids, importantly, the electricity vision, and the future that's going to be interesting. A very quick few thoughts today from US Green Building Council, the global perspective on the outlook in India and as well as the rest of the world. Since independence, the Indian power sector has grown significantly both in installed capacity, electricity generating capacity, and transmission and distribution systems. And in the recent years, if you have not noticed, particularly for people outside India, India has taken on a greater leadership role in providing clean and reliable power to all. An Indian government has set a lofty goal of installing 175 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity by 2022 and increasing non-fossil based power capacity to 40% by 2030. In 2009, our installed solar capacity was 6 megawatt, and today it's grown to 17 gigawatt. 14 smart grid pilots are at different stages of commissioning and operation under the National Smart Grid Mission. And our government is racing to provide power to more than 250 million of people who lack access, and we are electrifying close to 13,500 villages so far. So thanks to all of this, our rank on the World Bank's Ease of Getting Electricity Index has risen to 26 in 2017, when we were at 99 in 2015. But yet, more work has to be done because our T&D loss is the largest in the world, which is close to 22%. So in the event of a storm or a natural disaster, availability of reliable power becomes a big issue for this country. And when I think about all these things, I think about three disastrous incidents: the Mumbai flood, the recent Chennai flood, and the Uttarakhand flood. If you think about the level of disruption that happened to the real life of people, particularly with power disruption and raising criticality of human life, you have to think about power much differently than just having a light or having a fan or an air conditioner. So to meet our energy goals as a nation, we need to implement private investments and market-based performance tools to drive a cleaner and a greener future. So with this in mind, at the US Green Building Council and Green Business Certification Inc., we asked ourselves, how can we leverage our market knowledge to develop more sustainable power systems? And our experience with LEED, the most widely recognized green building program of its kind in the world, we have learned a lot about green rating systems. And we have learned that they are powerful and proven tools that can transform the market. And 20 years ago, the building sector had a big challenge. Tenants were telling building owners they wanted their employees in green buildings, and owners were telling their architects and engineers they wanted to build green. But no one really knew how to go about that. So we defined LEED at that time, a simple metrics-based system that defined what a green building was. Now, there are 92,000 LEED buildings around the world, which basically saves energy, saves water, avoids waste, importantly creates a better environment for the human beings who are the occupants of those buildings. So LEED established a framework for energy efficiency in buildings. But we believe, and we know, that to ensure sustainability in our power systems, we need to go outside of the building. A building is only as green as the power that goes into it. So the market transformation opportunity to expand our vision from buildings to communities to cities and eventually nations represents our largest opportunity to mitigate the issues caused by climate change. And we believe that power and the electricity sector are at a similar tipping point as we were with the building industry 20 years ago, in need of a tool that defines a common framework, drives accountability and transparency in grid modernization and smart grid development, and provides a catalyst for scaling up sustainable power systems. And today I'm pleased to present you a holistic, simple, universally applicable tool, PEER, almost sounds rhythmic with lead, a performance excellence in electricity and renewal. And we are excited to bring this to the power sector and to partner with all of you in creating smarter grids and smarter cities. So modeled after LEAD is the first rating system that measures and improves power system performance and electricity infrastructure. And supporting globalization efforts, grid modernization efforts. PEER is a metrics-based system that will be certified by our institute to actually define, evaluate, and verify a power system's performance across 4 categories. And PEER can be utilized by any power systems of any size, be it a campus, microgrid, a critical infrastructure, even for an entire city, or even for a utility territory. So in the US, at this point in time, we are working with hospitals that lost power during the last year's superstorms to ensure that when catastrophic events occur, they can withstand and recover from those shocks and protect their patients. And we are working with campuses to increase their energy efficiency, address reliability issues, and help them continuously improve. In the US, so far, with the University of Texas, Austin, City of Naperville, Illinois, and City of Chattanooga, Tennessee, we are implementing PEER to actually demonstrate their commitment to clean and sustainable power. And here in India, I am pleased to report that for the past 2 years, we've been working with 14 eminent experts and think tanks, including ISGF, to actually define the vision of PEER right here in India. And with that, we have 2 major participants undertaking PEER. One is obviously the Tata Power Delhi Distribution Limited, who are going to be implementing PEER in the next few months for their entire network of the north and northwestern region of Delhi, covering about 1.5 million customers. And the second one is going to be Delhi Metro Rail Corporation. They're going to be implementing PEER for their Blue Line 3 and 4. So we are very pleased to see both Tata Power and DMRC continuing to lead from the front, focused on continuous improvement, innovation, and importantly, commitment to sustainability. And our aspiration at GBCI is to realize a wide-scale adoption of PEER, which will facilitate the construction of the modern 21st century infrastructure, and in doing so, reduce global emissions, make our communities more resilient, improve safety and security, create thousands of new green jobs, and catalyze economic growth at all levels. At the end of the day, I see our work with PEER is fundamentally about people. We want everyone to have reliable and affordable access to energy in India. This is one opportunity that we can instantly leverage to change and improve the lives of millions of our fellow Indians. This will also help us to become more inclusive while being a global leader on initiatives ranging from solar energy to grid management to health and well-being and beyond. And our nation stands at the edge of the transformational economic and social growth, which we have been seeking for decades. And I truly believe this is India's century. So I look forward to your partnership, your collaboration, and most importantly, your guidance and support to make PEER the common language for sustainable power systems. Thank you.